Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Chaffee. It's Monday, August the 5th, 2019, and welcome to Weather in 5. Took it a little bit slow over the weekend to try to get some downtime in. So we'll get things underway. This week, it's really going to be about two cold fronts. One that comes through late Wednesday into Wednesday night, and that one has the risk that we could see some severe weather with it. The second front comes through probably late Thursday or Thursday night. That one looks to be generally a non event or a minor event with just the chance that there could be a brief shower with it. But behind it will come a shot of dry air and, for this time of year, relatively cool air. So it Wednesday, I think, is going to be the primary focus from the standpoint of the risk of some showers and thunderstorms. So we'll take a look at how this all plays out. And with regards to the severe weather risk, we have the Storm Prediction Center already kind of taking the lead with showing a marginal risk of severe weather for let's call it eastern and central Pennsylvania, down into north and northeastern Maryland, across into northern New Jersey, touching parts of Long Island, into much of Connecticut, Massachusetts, up into New Hampshire, Vermont, and back through the Hudson Valley, going all the way up to I-90 and a bit behind. I think we're going to see this risk maybe get beefed up a little bit. Perhaps by the time we get to Wednesday, we'll add an area of slight risk in there. Maybe they'll stretch out that marginal risk a bit more. But usually when you see the Storm Prediction Center putting risk areas out a couple of days in advance, it is a sign that, the dynamics are there. So there's a chance that we could see everything getting beefed up. So what's happening in the jet stream pattern this week is pretty interesting. We've been, of course, talking so much about how far south the jet stream, the southern edge of that jet, has been getting lately from time to time. Well, this next push comes in two shots. There's a lead upper air disturbance here, an upper air trough that's going to swing through here, and this is going to create the severe weather risk, as we indicated, for Wednesday. Now, there is a second shortwave, and that shortwave trough is back into moving into the northern plains. It's right behind it. There's an upper low that is in south central Canada that's driving this. And this is going to have a shot of cooler, drier air that's going to get through here. That front gets here probably late Thursday. And if we play our cards right and everything goes according to plan with this, we could wind up with a dry and cooler than normal weather pattern starting on Friday, but particularly this weekend and into next week. When we look at the upper flow over the weekend, the upper low in eastern Canada drives the jet stream down into the southeastern part of the United States. So all of this is a cooler than average northwest flow, and it hangs around for a while. That's the most important thing here, is that it hangs around right through the weekend and into maybe even the first day or so of next week before it starts to really and truly pull out. Now, ahead of this, taking a look at our weather for today, I don't really see any big issues other than clouds. There is going to be a bit of a wave that develops on a frontal boundary offshore. It looks like it'll take an area of showers just offshore overnight into tomorrow morning. A couple of showers clipping coastal New Jersey and eastern Long Island tomorrow morning, if that's correct. I'm not sure that it is. And then we transition over into higher humidity and warm air. Temperatures will be in the 80s tomorrow, and Wednesday we're going to be in the 80s to near 90. And this is going to be our chance for a weather front coming through on Wednesday before we start to see the second front that pushes in behind this. And here it is. I'm going to show you on the GFS model, which is a bit easier to look at from that respect. So here's our chance for severe weather on Wednesday. Our front is, the first front is here. The second front is back through the Great Lakes and back through the plains, and that's going to be headed out to the southeast, and eventually it gets here. So tomorrow, transition day as we go from the somewhat drier air that we have around, and not all areas are into this drier air. You head down into southern Pennsylvania, southern New Jersey, southward. The humidity is still hanging in to some degree, but it does get more humid. First front comes through, second front follows, and then we get this drier air mass that lasts through the weekend and into next week. So very quickly, you can take a look at the satellite view this morning. The clouds not that far away with the heavier cloud cover, but much of the rain that is developing with that first wave for now is down in southeastern Virginia and off the North Carolina coast. Really don't have too much happening radar-wise overhead. And also in the tropics, tropics look pretty quiet. If you notice, all across this part of the subtropical Atlantic, it is dry. It's just bone dry. So there's not a whole lot of action here. Weak tropical waves that are moving along in the flow. You've got a little disturbed weather moving into the eastern Caribbean, but of course, if you look at the way the clouds are blowing from east to west at the higher levels of the atmosphere, nothing much is going to come out of that. So that pretty much wraps it up here on Weather in 5 today. You can get more specific information if you download the free weather app on Google Play or on the App Store. Just search Meteorologist Joe Cioffi or just plain old Joe Cioffi. And by the way, for those of you that are on Google Play on Android, we've pushed some updates through so that it should go to your own location when you hit the local forecast. So no matter where you are, it'll default. It will go to wherever you happen to be. So that's going to be an added plus. And we've added a little Long Island tab to it as well for those of you on Long Island who want some slightly more specific updates from me. And we're on regular schedule today, so we'll see you later with website posts and our YouTube live stream on the YouTube show tonight at, let's go 7 o'clock Eastern time. Thanks for being here on Weather at 5.